Hey guys, so today I'm back at a house that I've done some work at in the past. You guys saw it. I cut down a tree and trimmed a bunch of branches and all kinds of stuff like that here. Today I'm going to be brush hogging as much of this as I can get to. There's about 3 acres. All those trees right there are part of it, so I don't think I'll be able to hit those with this. I think they're going to be too thick. I haven't even been back there just because I don't really want to walk through all this just to look at the size of the trees. I'm fully prepared to cut those down with a chainsaw, so we'll see what happens, but I'm gonna get going and we'll see what we can get accomplished. So some of you guys might be curious why I'm backing into all this, and I'll show you real quick. Part of the reason is all this stuff is covered in thorns, and driving forward through it, I do not want to get smacked with it on the sides and just get annihilated by thorns all day. So that is why I'm backing into a lot of this stuff and running it over. I know it's not the conventional way, but as you see, it is working fine. So got quite a bit cleared already. So if you don't like it, that's fine, but this is how I'm gonna do it today. So if you don't want to watch that, that's fine, but if so, continue enjoying, because it's going real smooth. Alright guys, things have been going really well. I don't really know what I expected to get done today, but it's going really good. So basically, this field here, or pasture that I'm in, and the first one I did on the other side of that fence through that gate right there. You can't see it that well because I didn't get this mowed down yet. But this area that I'm standing in is about 2 acres. And I've gotten a pretty decent amount of that done. And then there is a gate, I don't know if you can see it, right about there, and that is an additional acre. So I've almost got 2 done for the most part. Those are those trees that I was talking about that I'm gonna have to cut down with a chainsaw. Most of those are too big to run over with the brush hog. A couple of these as well. Those smaller ones I'll be able to get, but that one's too big. Those are all too big. The only reason I am gonna call today is because I did not think that I would get this far, and I did not bring an extra tank of fuel, and my tractor is the diesel tank's on empty, so I am pretty much out of fuel. I've pushed it about as long as I feel comfortable with, and I'm just letting it kind of cool down right now, and then I'm going to load it back up on the trailer after I blow it off with the leaf blower. But the plan will be tomorrow to get back out here and start working on these areas that I haven't hit yet today. I've got a chainsaw with me, so I'm going to meet with the homeowner today and talk about some stuff, but I might cut some stuff down today while I wait for her. I've got about an hour to kill, and like I said, I'm almost out of diesel in the tractor, so I'm gonna go get this, clean it off with the leaf blower, and clean the radiator screens out and all that stuff, and then we'll be back at it tomorrow to finish this field and start that additional 1 acre back there. All right guys, it is the next day. I am back at the job site here. I got the tractor warming up, and filled the tractor up with diesel, and I also have an extra can today, so if I blow through a whole tank in the tractor, I can fill it back up. The blades on the rotary cutter were starting to get pretty blunt, so I did sharpen those with a file. Nothing fancy, like you know, I know it's not a finish mower, so I'm not trying to make them super sharp, but if it just has a little bit of an edge, you can definitely tell that the tractor doesn't struggle as much, and it definitely makes quicker work of things. So sharpened all that up, got fuel, and let's get to it. All right, so just a quick update before we get started. I got this whole pasture area here done. I ran out of fuel, so I didn't get to finish this one. There's some there, and then some in that far corner back there. And then there's actually a gate I was talking about yesterday that feeds into about another acre on the other side of those trees. So we'll hit that, and then I'm not sure what we're gonna find with these trees. I'll take down the ones that I can't run over, and then stack them in a pile, and we might have some back there. And then the entire way around, there is, well, there's this too, this little area, but there's like a 6 to 8 foot walkway that goes around this entire thing. So I will have to hit all that too. But yeah, without further ado, let's get to it. Alright guys, I just finished that second kind of field area. It's I believe about an acre, maybe a little bigger, I don't know for sure. But there happens to be a deer stand, and I decided to climb up in it, and figured I'd just kind of give you a little bit of a aerial view of how much I have cut over here. So definitely quite a lot. BX is handling it like a champ though. Just got a little bit left. There's a, I don't know what the technical term for it is, but there's like a barrier fence 6-8 feet off of the primary fence for the pastures here. So I have to get inside all those, and I think that should about finish it. Well, actually, you can kind of see here. So there's this fence row right here, and then you can see a couple posts. Maybe that one right there for sure, but there's another fence line right there. So that goes all the way around the entire pasture area here, back there too. So next will be to hit all that stuff, and actually here's a perfect example, kind of right in there. But yeah, hit all that, and then we'll see if there's anything else that I can get to, but I think that should be, for the most part, the remainder of it. So I'm gonna climb down here and get back to it. All right guys, I'm at the property I've been spending a lot of time at recently, cleaning up these pastures, cutting down some trees, all kinds of stuff here. Today's a pretty exciting day though, because it is the last day that I'm going to be here. Should be able to wrap pretty much everything up today. There's a separate project that I quoted for her that I'll be coming back for eventually. She's waiting for some home improvements to be completed before I can do that, but it'll be just planting some new stuff in the flower beds and mulching everything. So if we have time this year, we'll do that. If not, we'll do it first thing next year. But I'm gonna flip the camera around here and I'll walk you through everything we're gonna do today, and then get to it. So I already got everything unloaded and all that good stuff, and kind of got some stuff staged. So out of all these trees I chipped up, I know I filmed some of that. There are 3 more that she just wants me to take down, just to kind of, this one that's kind of sticking out by itself, and then these 2 right there. That'll just kind of close that end a little bit, or open it up, I guess, a little bit more is the right word. So I'll chip those up. I've been working, I worked on this yesterday a little bit. So the homeowner would like to eventually get some horses back in this fence, and this electric fence will not work if there's any vegetation touching it. So I cleared a bunch out yesterday, and I got a pretty decent ways this way. I maybe have another 40 feet or so to go, maybe not even that, I don't know for sure, but just this little section right here to where the fence turns at that 90. So basically from there to there, I got to clean that up. So I'll do that, and then there's a fence repair that she asked me to make up there. You can actually maybe see it, there's a hole in the fence. I guess a horse got stuck in it, so they had to bust the rails out to get the horse out, and they never got put back. So I'm going to handle that for her, and then I'm going to stop the camera real quick and pick it up here in a second for the last thing. Alright guys, so I just spent a little bit, I chipped up all those trees I was talking about earlier. I didn't film it. I'm sure you guys are sick of watching me chip up trees at this point, because I've done quite a bit of it. So I'm going to cut down this section right here and those lower 2 branches there, and then I'm going to shove them here in the woods. All right, guys, I just finished the cutting this lane in. Man, that was a lot of work. So basically, this lane here was what I was talking about. All this vegetation was grown up, touching the fence, and this electric fence will not work if there is any vegetation touching it. So I just measured, well, here, I'm gonna step back and show you. So I'm at the far side here, and I cut all the way down. You can see down to that gateway down there. I measured with Google Earth. It says it's about 335 feet, something like that. I mean, I don't know how accurate that is, but you get the idea. But basically, this was so overgrown, a lot of low branches, stuff like that. Actually, like this right here. I couldn't run through here with a brush hog. It was just too thick. So I ended up clearing it with a pair of my Milwaukee M18 hedge trimmer, and the just a chainsaw for the stuff that the hedge trimmer couldn't get. So not too bad, but it definitely, I think it took me a few hours, 3-4 hours total. I'm gonna go grab some lunch real quick, I think, and then come back and finish the last couple things on my list. So yeah, I'll be back in just a bit. All right, so I had some lunch. I came back, and all the chips, I just chipped them right onto the ground today. I didn't bring my dump trailer. Figured all this stuff here is dirt anyways. There's no grass, I guess is what I'm saying, like the rest of this pasture, just because all the trees kind of killed it off. So this will all kind of break down and turn back into soil, compost, whatever you want to call it. And then I did a second pile right over here of some of the trees that I pulled out of the fence right here before I left and went to lunch. And basically what I did was I took the loader on the tractor, and there's a low spot kind of up at the front, and I don't know the story behind it, but I was able to put 4 or 5 buckets full of all my chips in there and smooth it out, and it filled it up a decent amount. Obviously it'll settle down, but I just figured that'd be a good way to get rid of it rather than leave big piles of chips on the homeowner's property. So well, a couple things I have left. I gotta fix that fence up there that I was talking about, and then I don't even know, let me look real quick. Oh, trim a couple branches on a tree, and then I actually also trim, like string trim, once a month for this customer as well. They mow the lawn, but they're not a fan of string trimming, so I handle that for them. Come by once a month and string trim for them. So while I'm out here today, I'm going to do that before I leave. But yeah, this property has came a long way. I'm actually going to stand up in the bed of my truck real quick and try and show you as much of a 360 as I can. I wish I had a drone to do a before and after, but someday, maybe the next time I do a big project like this, I'll have one. So I've got some pictures that I can upload to, but this is, I brush hogged all this, trimmed this whole fence line. When I first got here, this gate here, the only way I could see it was from up here by the pole barn on each side. I couldn't even see this gate. Everything was so high. So brush hogged all this area. The other area that I was in earlier, string trimmed the entire fence line all the way around the whole property. Took out this group of trees here, was about double the size. I took out half of it, and that's what I've been chipping up. So the plan with the homeowner is to she wants to eventually get some horses or something like that, and if needed, I'll just take care of the occasional maintenance out here if I need to brush hog it once a year or something like that. That way it just doesn't get overgrown like it did. So I appreciate you guys watching this transformation. It's been a lot of fun for me. I like doing stuff like this, and I'd appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe. Maybe we'll put that towards the drone fund if we can get enough subscribers and make it worth it for me. So, but yeah, this is how everything's turned out. I'm pretty much finished. I'm not gonna do any more trimming or anything like that, so it's all like I said, some fence work, and I'll be out of here. But yeah, leave a comment if you like what you saw, or if there's a method or something like that of how I did something you think I could be more efficient. I'd appreciate it. Thanks. Have a good one, guys.